Hi, this is Kathleen with Windy Chaos, and I've got another kit walkthrough for you. This one is about the last day of school. So it's called School is Out, and even though it's got a lot of graduation type vibes to it, it also just has the wonderful last day of school vibe too. So it's a very different kit in that you have no color palette. Everything's black and white. It almost has an engraving type vibe to it. And I am so sorry. I have this cough this morning. It only shows up when I start talking. And I think it's going to really work in your spreads because there's no competition for any other color palette that you want to introduce. Say your school colors, or putting in photos of graduation or field day or the school picnic or those cute pictures of the first day, last day comparisons and stuff like that. So I think this can really work. It also has some great little elements that are great for any time of the year. And I'll show you how I would colorize some of them if I were putting them together for a spread. So here we go. Oh, by the way, I'm showing you this in Zoom Notes because that's my preferred planner application that I use. But you also get an Noteful file and a GoodNotes file, and you get the PNGs that are all each file is labeled. So there you go. So this first page, we've got this cute bunch of balloons here, which would be great for any birthday or other celebration spreads that you might have going on. This beautiful apple, backpack, again, really good for travel spreads. This pretty little banner. It kind of has a Victorian vibe when you get into that kind of engraving motif. It does really lend itself to that Victorian feel. And then we've got a book case and this really sweet, cool school bus with all these linograph type clouds too. I really love how that turned out. Okay, and then on this page, we've got this sweet little class photo. Oh my goodness, it changes so fast. And then we've got this clock. To me, the clock is, when you're doing the school year, you're kind of a slave to the clock. But man, summer starts and that thing can go away. And then we've got another bunch of balloons, this time with all these little swirlies and this beautiful ribbon. I think that is so pretty. An iPhone, well, not an iPhone, but a cell phone. Another beautiful banner, a cupcake for celebration, and then a desk. Then we have, I kind of have three groups of students. So the first one you saw there was the class picture where they're kind of elementary age. This one I deemed as being college age. And then we've got the backs of these guys I would call high schoolers. So that's just my take on it. Then we've got the reading glasses, the cap and gown, and those are separate. And a diploma, a laptop, a pen, and then a plant. And then we've got a stack of books, and then this is like a yearbook. And then we have the t-shirt with all the signatures on it. An old-fashioned looking school, a typewriter. And then I did class of, and the years are separate. So, oops, I don't have this on. Select, there we go. So the years are separate and you can swap them out. And then I did just some words that were kind of fun, and I kind of did them in 2 styles. I love this, the kind of that elementary school with that middle line in it and the top line when you're learning cursive. So you get field day, final exam, final exams, graduation ceremony, graduation rehearsal. And then this one is just a little saying, the best 2 days of school, the first and the last. And then you have another year down, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened, from Dr. Seuss. This chapter is done, but the story is not over. The art of beginning is excellent, but the art of finishing is much better. And this one, oh my gosh, a friend posted this just the other day, and I was like, that's so perfect for this kit. No one warned you that senior year is a long goodbye, 1,000 little lasts that break your heart and make you proud all at once. Maybe that's more from the parent perspective, but it's true for the student as well. So long, school. Hello, summer. I am 1 degree hotter. And then we have school carnival, school picnic, last day of school, move out day, sell books, and turn in books. And then the last page is just a little intro into Windy Chaos and some links. Okay, let me show you how this looks in some mock-ups. This is in one of the Shelley Planner rings. I think that turned out really, really cute. And I didn't add any other colors. Usually I put like a pour in there where I take the little bucket tool and I fill something in. Certainly, an option, especially for your school colors and stuff. But what I would do if I were wanting to colorize this is I would go in to my highlighter, and I tested this in all of the in all 3 apps, and it works really beautifully because highlighter puts color behind an object. And so if I wanted to, oops, that's really large, let's make that a little smaller. I could just come in and highlight this red apple. And if you don't lift your pen, it doesn't darken the edge. It's only when we lift that we get that highlighter look. So now if I tap off of that, see how it just kind of went behind it? I would like to have done that edge just a little bit better, but from here, that looks really good. And it kind of gives you, again, that old-timey, vintage, colorized, black and white photo fill. So that's in the Shelley Planner. Here's in the Planning to Prosper Planner. Sorry, I forgot to take off my little cheat sheet there. Here we go. And that's where I put that little senior saying, and I used the big school and the college kids and just the class of. I think that turned out really cute. Okay, oops. I always think I'm going to turn the page and I'm actually switching planners. And this is in the Breezy Organization Portrait. And I used some of those stickers there to say, pretend that it's the last day of school and you're having field day and the picnic and you're turning in all your books and stuff. So, but again, the ability to go in and to just color up what you want, even if, like in Zoom Notes, we have this beautiful watercolor brush, and I've been having some fun with that. If I go like this, and let's see, I'm at 50, I might just do 20. Now the watercolor brush is going to lay it on top. So if I wanted to, what I would do is I would go ahead and make a new layer. And I might just make me some blue skies. And again, if you don't lift, you don't get that edge darkening thing. But once you lift, then you start having that layering effect of watercolor, which is a good thing. And again, I'm putting this on a new layer so I can move it to the back. Okay, I'm not sure I love that, but if I were to go here and make it white, I can kind of soften this just a little bit. Now I have this without the edge darkening on, so if I go into this, or not that, customize, I do have edge darkening, never mind. Okay. Never mind, misspoke. Okay, so now I can go to manage my layers and just pull this one down underneath. That's kind of fun. Kind of fun. Probably not my best work, but it gives you an idea though that you could just kind of layer some things up and color your different elements as you bring them in if you like, you know. It's a good time. So anyway, I hope you like this. I hope the students in your life get to have a special time at the end of the school year, especially all those graduates. In our family, we have one graduation this year. It's my niece, and she's graduating from college. So we have a big break between graduations and school running our lives, because my granddaughter is the first granddaughter of this generation, at least on my side of the family, and she's not even in kindergarten yet. So although I think we do have my one niece is kind of a stepmom at the moment, and their littles are in school, or the oldest one is. So we do have like a first grader, I think. But anyhow, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching. And head on over to Windy Chaos and check out the new kits. Hopefully next week I'll have another new release for you. Take care. Bye-bye.